Hello everybody, welcome back to Simple Gaming Review. Tonight I'm going to make a quick video once again, but this time it's going to be about the 8th generation of game consoles and why I believe it was a great generation of gaming. Now, I might sound a little stuffy, it's because of my allergies. My allergies suck. We have 4 dogs in the house, and there's just hair everywhere. And no matter how many times you clean the freaking house, there just seems to be hair that just kind of grows out of nowhere because of the dogs. But anyway, not to mention the dust. But anyway, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, both consoles came out, I believe it was 2013. I believe this generation was awesome. Now, this generation was also more reliable than the previous generation, being the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, which had a whole bunch of issues. Yellow light of death, red ring of death. Why was the 7th generation plagued with so much death? I don't know. But, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are more reliable consoles than the previous generation, and both systems had some fantastic games made. One of my favorite Call of Duty games that came out in that generation was actually COD Ghosts. Even though people hate that game for some reason, I actually enjoyed that game on both platforms. You also had Star Wars Battlefront 2015, Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, I believe, in like 2017. But that generation alone had so many fantastic games coming out for both platforms. The Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, they were both remarkable systems. They were well made, well built. People still use them to this day, obviously. And they both have fantastic games, they both have great controllers, and no matter which side you chose back in that generation, whether you had both systems or you only had one system, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 were great, fantastic consoles that are still alive right now. You can still download games, you can still play games on them. Unlike the Wii U that lost its servers, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are still supported into this new generation of ninth gen consoles. And I think it's really important for Microsoft and Sony to keep the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 supported because yes, these consoles are a little bit more reliant on having updates, and even physical games nowadays need to have updates or patches. But the 8th generation of consoles, in my opinion, is one of the best. It's better than the 7th generation. It wasn't plagued with death this, death that, yellow light, red ring of death. It wasn't plagued with a whole bunch of death issues. Both systems were reliable. Both systems had a refresh, that being the PlayStation 4 Pro, a more advanced version of the original PS4, and the Xbox One obviously has the One X. And that was I think this was the first generation that ever actually did that with a gaming console, where it actually kind of it made updates to its system, which was actually pretty cool. Um, but yeah, this was just a fantastic generation. Great games, great experiences, a whole bunch of fun. And let me know what your favorite experiences are when it comes to the 8th generation of gaming consoles, whether it's PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. But this generation will definitely be remembered by, obviously millions of people. The Xbox One and PlayStation 4, I think, will always be loved consoles. They will always be remembered. And I think the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are actually, yes, better than the previous systems. Not to mention, Xbox One is backwards compatible, so technically speaking, you don't really need a 360 or the original Xbox unless there's a specific game that doesn't work for the backwards compatibility. But still, both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are amazing. PS4 has its exclusive games, God of War, Killzone Shadowfall, and stuff like that. Obviously, you had The Last of Us. Xbox One has Halo, has the Gears of War series on Xbox, has the Forza Horizon series, and that generation just brought so many fantastic games. The Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have a fantastic library, and even without backwards compatibility with the Xbox One, I still think as a console that would be worth it because of those Xbox One version of the games, especially one of my favorites being COD Ghosts, and of course, Gears of War. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna end it here. Leave a like, comment down below what you think about the 8th generation of gaming consoles, and let me know what is your favorite game in this generation and your favorite experiences, and let me know which console you prefer over the other in the 8th generation, Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. And yes, you could say Wii U as well, but the Wii U kind of just it kind of just is something that people just forget about or just don't care about. So it's like, when people talk about 8th gen, it's usually about the Xbox One, it's usually about PlayStation 4. Sorry for Nintendo, but the Switch basically replaced the Wii U, so that's kind of why the Wii U was quickly phased out because it was a failure. It failed in that generation. This got 58 million sales. The PlayStation 4 obviously dominated, like PlayStation always does. And Nintendo just wasn't able to catch up to Xbox's or PlayStation's success in the 8th generation. Sure, you had Mario Kart, sure, you had Smash Bros., but like everybody was going the opposite direction of Nintendo. And because of the Wii U, the name of it, not to mention, what they showed, it just being a tablet for your Wii console, people thought it was just an accessory. That's why that console failed. So, but anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment down below what you think, and I hope you all have a lovely day or night, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, peace out. Oh yeah.